Um, Good evening. Hi. Are we on? We are on. Okay, thank you. Oh, and thank you for turning in your last public comment. Just a reminder, if you're going to make public comment, to please get those forms in ASAP. We will close sort of forms for that superintendent's report, which is coming up soon. Okay, we're going to open this meeting at 6:04. It is August 8th, 2024. This is the first school board meeting of the school year officially, but I'm not ready for summer to end. I'm sure everybody else isn't either. So thank you. Could we have roll call, please?
Yes. President Nakatani.
I'm here.
Trustee Abdullah. Here. Trustee Siraj.
Here.
I'm Trustee Katz and I'm here. And do we have Trustee Yu on Zoom?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. I have a report out from closed session. The board voted 4-0 to uphold the denial of the interdistrict transfer in item B1B. And so every vote, thank you. Every vote tonight is a roll call vote because Trustee Yu is attending remotely. Could I get an approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Would you like to roll call us all,
I would love
please?
to. President Nakatani.
Aye.
Trustee Abdullah.
Aye.
Trustee Siraj.
Aye.
Trustee Yu.
Aye.
And I'm Trustee Katz and I'm aye.
Thank you very much. And next, we are going to go to public comment. We have a lot of public comment tonight. And before we get there, I have a few words I'm going to say. Can everyone hear me? So before public comment tonight, I wanted to say a few words. Presentations, I'm sorry. Did I forget something?
We need to read this topic, public comments for items not on the agenda, and then this, because then we do the report. Okay, never mind.
Are we,
I know.
do we keep going? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna start over. Before public comment tonight, I wanted to say a few words. I've noticed a degradation in what the meaning of community is. We've been receiving some correspondence regarding kindergarten placement, our lease with Terra Marin, and our middle school project. Although some of these letters speak about community, that sense of community is hyper-local and not broad-reaching. We have a small group of parents from one school who are demanding that we close down Edna McGuire and displace over 400 children and move the middle school there. That is one small community willingly tearing apart a much larger one, but for whose benefit? We have parents upset about choices they didn't get or decisions and directions the board has given, threatening to stop our projects, harming the future of 2,400 other students. Again, for whose benefit? The board is here to earnestly listen and consider public comment, and we understand strong opinions, thoughts, and harsh criticism. And I have been there myself as a community member, but we will not stand for mistruths. Regarding our enrollment, we are adhering to our placement policy and process, and it has worked for over 90% of our families. We are aware of community concerns and plan to look at the policy and regulations. However, it is unlikely that everyone will get exactly what they want in any placement process. We will continue to ensure that our schools are outstanding and serve all children in our district. Regarding the lease with Terra Marin, we have not received payment for the months of June, July, and now it's August. The lease has been broken. We welcome the city or anyone else with space to donate to them to continue their school. I have lived here for 20 years, and I can say that with 2 decades of experience, that one of the underlying precepts of Mill Valley is that we do not flaunt positions of privilege or resources. Mill Valley is often sarcastically referred to as Me Valley, and I often thought it was a joke, but it's more rapidly, sadly becoming a reality. Let's not make it a reality, please. I encourage everyone to continue to advocate for your children. After all, that is our job as parents. But let's not forget that we opt to live in a functioning community. Our roles here are to do what is best for students. That's sometimes a really easy and straightforward decision. Sometimes that's loaded with layers and layers of nuances. Either way, we are here for our students, our staff, and our community. For those that are new to our district, we do have some governance norms that we follow for public comment that I want to highlight. One is that we listen, but we do not interact. And that the other is that with a large group such as what we have tonight, we reserve the right to reduce speaking time in order to hear all voices. So with that, thank you. And with that, we have roughly 22 speakers. And at 3 minutes apiece, that would be well over an hour. So with the rest of the consent of my fellow trustees, I'd like to reduce time to 90 seconds per person. That would put us just over a half hour of public comment.
I'm good with that as long as it's at the end of the 90 seconds that you wrap up your sentence and.
Thank you for that reminder. Yes, we have a clock here that will be set to 90 seconds. And I would like all speakers to pay attention to that because I don't want to have to use this and I really don't want to interrupt you because I know what you have to say is really, really important and we do want to hear it. But we have to be considerate of all that are in attendance.
May I also add something?
Sure.
So I also want to share with you that this is a board that reads every letter that you write. And some letters are really long because your thoughts are deep and passion felt or logically created. So please, if that 1 minute feels really empty, that you don't feel you were heard, know that you are heard. The other reason why we do this is that many people don't realize that school boards are not city or other kind of public venues. We are doing the business of your school board. So actually, the setup of a school board in the United States of America is to provide the public the opportunity not only to see our work, but to be involved with kind of sometimes people feel unique and maybe not so satisfying, interaction. That's why we can't talk with you. After you do provide comments, sometimes the president can weave those into comments and we do listen to you if it's an item on the agenda. So, I just wanted to add those thoughts and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. With that, we will get started and we have grouped these into because people are letting us know what they're commenting on. So the first person, and I can call you up in groups of 3 so you could be ready to come forward.
And we need to call that we can't take it.
Okay, and then we're going to have to close public comment forms now that we're going through the process. Thank you. So I'm going to do 3 at a time. So again, here's the clock. I don't want to have to use the gavel and okay. We have Aaron, I think that's Smith, Aaron Smith, Pratish Maheshwar, and Sarah Shaw. And so Aaron first, please. Thank you.
To be honest, eye candy.
Wherever you're comfortable. Thank you.
One second here. Out of sorts.
Take your time. We're just busy looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
you've kind of lost 30 seconds, so.
That's
sorry.
okay. Yeah, so I'll be speaking on behalf of my wife who couldn't make it tonight, but these words are mine as well, but she's more eloquent than I am. So our daughter attends the Terra School and it's introduced my culture to her, even while we're far away from extended family, grandparents, and others who speak the language. Mandarin songs she learns at the school have become part of our bedtime routine. We sing them before the lights go out. Last week when we took her to Cascade Falls, where we were so impressed by how sure-footed she was. There's no other school like it in Marin. We're thrilled to have found this gem of a school, and we're heartbroken to think that it won't be around for her little brother to attend. It sounds like the lease situation has caused a lot of frustration for both sides, but I'm asking that you please consider bringing a good faith effort to the table to reconsider offering a lease for the part of the space that the school needs at this point, now that it's much smaller than.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and please don't forget to introduce yourselves when you come up too. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Pratish Maheshwari. I'm here to advocate on behalf of my daughter, Kavya Maheshwari. Thank you for your audience today. My daughter attends Terra Marin. She's been there for a year. She's had a lovely experience. Just as a short anecdote, every Saturday, she asks me if it's a school day and I have to disappoint her and tell her she has to hang out with me. We have been at the school. It was a big decision for us to move to Mill Valley because both my wife and I grew up in families where English was spoken at home alongside another language. I speak Hindi, my wife speaks Mandarin. We really wanted to replicate that environment. And so as we thought about moving from the city to Mill Valley, it was a big decision for us about what immersion would be available to us here. It's been an incredible experience, and we really, our daughter loves the school. We really hope that that some agreement can be reached on the lease such that we can stay in the space that's been so meaningful to us. And we really appreciate your cooperation on it. Thank you.
Thank you. And Sarah, hi.
Hey, good evening. My name is Sarah Shaw. I've been in email contact with almost all of you this week, and I first want to say thank you for engaging with it and your willingness to respond. As Michelle said, they do read every letter and they will respond. I'm here to join the voice of these other parents to ask that we find a solution to keep Terra Marin in our school. In the emails I've shared in greater length, the value that Terra brings to me and my family. We're actually an incoming family. We haven't started at the school yet, but again, like Pratish said, when we were considering moving to Mill Valley, it was important to us to have a Chinese immersion option, Mandarin immersion option. My husband is Chinese, and it's a thing that we've prioritized for our family and for our daughter. So I've tried to dig in and understand the facts from both sides, and there has clearly been a lot of misunderstanding and miscommunication and frustration on both sides. And I think what we're asking for is I have to imagine that there's a solution that keeps the school where it is, that really focuses on the needs of these children, and that we can come together and find a solution that gives Terra the space that we need for our preschool long-term and gives the school district the temporary administrative buildings that it needs during construction. So thank you for your cooperation, and I hope we can work on a solution together.
Thank you. Next we have Aaron Aiken, Sean Wei Wu, and Su Yang Lu.
Hi, my name's Aaron. I live in Tiburon. My son Theodore Teo attends Terra Marin. My wife's Taiwanese American. I want to speak on behalf of Terra Marin. I think everybody here with their prior comments is being too nice and too polite. I think that this situation is absurd. And I think what you just said was slander. The school has actually not defaulted on its lease payments. It's actually the school board who has actually caused this to happen. This is the only Mandarin immersion school in Marin. I know that Mill Valley speaks a lot about diversity and community, as you said. Those are just words. Like actual action would be working with the school, with a visionary founder, as is Wendy, to keep the school where it is. We have a win-win situation on the table. It's really easy to solve this. And in fact, you guys are the ones breaching your agreement. So you shouldn't make public comments that are just untrue. And you're going to mess up an amazing situation for a lot of kids and a lot of parents. Again, that is the most diverse younger school right now in Marin, trying to live the values that you guys say in words. And I think you should live in action. It's really easy to talk about community and diversity. You guys should actually live it, because you're going to harm a lot of people. And you guys are the ones breaching the agreement. And this is completely unfair. Wendy has invested her heart and soul, multiple millions of dollars in leasehold improvements. This is all on the record in pictures and email. And what you guys are doing is absurd. And I'm really glad I don't live in Mill Valley, because if I did, I would be ashamed of myself. And you guys should be ashamed of yourselves too. This is appalling. Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm not a Terra parents. I'm the first generation of immigrants originally from Taiwan. I live in various cities around the world, Japan, and different cities in US. And then discrimination experience, I actually experienced several. And then I found out that it's very important to have that and start having our kids to be immersed in such an environment. And all these hatreds happening in Tem High School, it's just because kids or people don't understand the different cultures. And then if we start training kids early on, I think will be, know the different cultures. And that's why I'm very delighted to find out that we have Terra Marine here. My kids goes to Anna McGuire. She goes to the Terra Marine camp. And the camp actually taught her Spanish, which I didn't expect. She told me that, do you know how to say thank you in Spanish? So I was impressed. And I think that's how we need our kids to learn from. And why this location is important, because it's close to Anna McGuire. It's closer to the more populations side of the Mill Valley. And it's also close to the Taekwondo that teach kids to be respectful of people and focus on themselves. It can offer a lot of convenience that I think we should, it's so great that I think the school district should consider,
Thank you.
share part of the space with Terra Marine.
Hello, hi, I'm Su Young. I live in Tam Valley. I have a daughter who goes to Enna, and my son is very young, so not in Terra. So I'm not a Terra parent, but I'm here because I feel like Terra is a unique asset to our community. It is the only Chinese immersion school with Spanish immersion, and it has a passionate staff with a very passionate leader, Wendy, and it has amazing summer camps that I know many Enna parents also attend. And so it is not lost upon me that when I moved here in 2021, one of the critiques of Marin and Mill Valley is the sort of the lack of diversity, and this is a amazing asset for this community, and to lose that is a loss for parents, the community here, and certainly will be seen that way by others. And so I appreciate you consider any resolution to this. Thank you.
Thank you. The next three, we have Julia Maheshwari, Jennifer Zhao, and Jasmine Chen.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for your ears and for your time. My name is Julia Maheshwari. My husband Pratish just told you a little bit about what Terra means to our daughter Kavya, our 3-year-old who's enrolled in Terra. And we have our 2-month-old back there who we would love to go to Terra in the future as well. I'd love to think through and talk through some of the positive aspects that I think Terra brings to the community of Mill Valley as a whole, because you've heard what they do for our family a lot, but there are 4 main things I think about when I think about what Terra Marin brings to Mill Valley, even Marin in general. Terra presents a really beautiful Reggio Emilia-based program for preschoolers, a unique educational approach that is intentional, thoughtful, clear, and produces wonderful results in our children as they learn and grow. It also presents the only Mandarin immersion program in Marin. This is incredibly important to the individuals here tonight, but it's also wonderful to parents and families who don't have a basis in an Asian culture or background, who learn a lot and who learn a new language, new skills, new culture. That leads me to the third point. I think that Terra presents a great cultural hub in Mill Valley for celebration of Asian culture and Asian holidays. This is demonstrated in the Lunar New Year celebration they put on every year, which I actually attended with my daughter the year before we enrolled her, and convinced me to send her there because I felt like I was seeing what I experienced growing up with a Taiwanese household. And finally, I think that in general, there's a really great community resource with the after-school programs that are open to Terra students, but others as well, and the summer camps, Spanish immersion, Mandarin immersion, homework, and gardening after school. Thank you so much.
Hello, hi, I'm Jasmine Chen. Thank you so much for being here and listening to us. I just wanted to, my daughter Tegan, she goes to school at Terra Marin for the last year, and she's just blossomed into a whole different individual since starting. She's grown emotionally, socially, and she understands social cues, and just a whole different person prior to the pandemic, who I was a little afraid that she wasn't going to get all these interactions. But for Terra Marin, I think this Mandarin immersion school is wholly unique in Marin. It's a compelling example of Asian integration in Mill Valley, and it serves to attract young families to establish roots in this Marin area. And so we're producing bilingual, talented young kids of citizens of Marin, and which will go on and become amazing ambassadors of the town. And so we're just not affecting just the classroom itself, but I think just generations and the next generation as well. So I just, really hope you guys can reconsider, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening. I am Jennifer Zhao. I'm here representing my two children, one who just graduated, Terra Marin, and is headed to Basic Elementary, and one who is currently enrolled in the next school year, hopefully the next 2 school years at least, at Terra Marin. I am a first-generation Chinese American. I grew up in a community in Southern California, very much like Mill Valley, where I was not in the majority of people in the community in terms of language and culture. And I received a lot of racism and discrimination, subtle, implicit, and explicit, that, made me more resilient as a person, but that I hope my children do not have to experience. I bought a globe for my daughter recently, where you put a pen on the globe and it tells you things about the country. And she put it on the United States, and it said, the official language was English. And her response to me was a tantrum that the official language wasn't just English. She said there were Chinese and other languages that were spoken here. And it was just such a moment of enlightenment where I realized how much value Terra Marin and Mandarin immersion programs brought to her life and made her feel very proud of her heritage and identity. I know that there has been a lot of back and forth on the facts leading to this dispute. I'm not a real estate attorney, but as an attorney in other areas, I'm hoping that there is a resolution that involves mediation, open conversation, negotiations. I think the parents here would love to be
Thank you so
involved in
much.
that.
Thank you. And let's see, Stephanie Bean and Wendy Shaw.
I think it's Stephen Dana.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Writing.
Sorry.
I hope I can do this in 1:30. Hi, so I'm a product of Tamalpais Union High School District. My mom went to TAM. To your comment about community, I've seen it change too. It's a lot of people, because of tech and finance, move here, and the homes are millions of dollars, and it's not the people who lived here for generations anymore. My son, my daughter went to St. Hilary. My son was at Etna when it was rebuilt, and there were 5 elementary schools, and the population of children go up and down. And he had ADHD, and he just wasn't welcome there. So we had Terra Marin as a safety valve, and it was a great experience. He's at Stanford. We were told, like, your kid's not going to amount to anything. Wendy's taking care of every kid that's there. I just got asked to appear 2 days ago, and I read the IJ article. I know that some of the stuff that Elizabeth Kaufman said in there is just not true, but I don't know about the lease and breaking the lease. I'm just here to say that I hope that you guys could find a way to share the space, and I'm not sure if Wendy's looking for 2 years or 10 years. She's reopened the upper school in San Francisco. I don't know if you know or care. I think having a Mandarin school, not only is a safety valve for my son, who thrived there, is great. I think it's one of the cool things about Mill Valley, like the Dipsy Race or the music venue downtown, the Sweetwater, that makes Mill Valley really cool. And I hope that you can just try and share space.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, esteemed board members, board of trustees, and the esteemed parents and education community. Thank you for letting me be up here. My name is Wendy. I am the founding head of a nonprofit language immersion for school, serving students in Mill Valley, elementary school students, preschoolers, and summer camp students. I have 3 points to share. One is that Terra Marin, I don't know if you all know this, but paid a year of someone else's rent before we came in on the agreement that we would take over their 30-year lease. They had 16 years remaining, and we would pay an entire year rent, which they defaulted, so that we can have this. 2, In that process, we have invested $2.3 million to transform a tired-looking, largely unusable building prone with annual floods into an attractive, magical space for our young children. And three, we have issued a check to correct any controversies in their due balance. You should be seeing that soon. And we want to be made whole and secure the space for our future students, current students and future students. Sadly, Terra Marin should not have to bear the financial burden of Mill Valley's mistake in their middle school planning. We ask that Mill Valley have a stay or do the right thing and pay us back. Thank you very much. And I have a handout of the outlines of the layout of the school. And also people have always asked why the rent.
Thank you.
Would you like the handout?
No, thank you. You can have, sorry, you can give them to Anna, sorry. Sorry, that's what I.
No, I you have to give it.
Give it to Anna, sorry, I was just.
We now have Evelyn Nichols, Noel Nichols, and
Yeah, I'm
Elena.
gonna, can I say clarifying statements?
No.
Okay.
David O'Fry.
Okay. This was kind of, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. We're going to go to the next batch of people. Now, these came in not necessarily in order of topic. So we have Evelyn Nichols, Noelle Nichols, and Elena Nee. Who's on Zoom? The pink ones. Thank you for reminding me of that. We have Evelyn. I didn't know that. Evelyn Nichols, are you on Zoom?
Hi, can you hear me? I think
Yes.
I don't know where my video is not on, but I'll just talk. Hi, I'm Evelyn Nichols, a proud parent of Strawberry Point with 3 children. I'm also a former public school teacher and private school teacher and a private school principal. Since moving to Mill Valley in 2020, I've been impressed with the tireless dedication to student success, and I've seen cooperative sage leadership in face of extreme crisis from the superintendent, district staff, board members, and school site teachers, principals, and staff. While many families wish to have a different school assignment, I'm here to share that once families start at Strawberry Point, they're going to find what a gem of a school it is. After starting, many commuting families often turn down schools closer to home because they've fallen in love with Strawberry Point. Although the commute might be farther on the map, it's very easy and efficient to get in and out in the morning and afternoon drop-offs. Many Strawberry Point families that have previously attended Edna, Old Mill, and Park, and then later Strawberry Point, have even said that it's a lot faster and it can get very congested in commutes to other schools. So to those of you who are incoming parents wishing for a closer school, I want to share some of my favorite things about our special and beloved little school. Strawberry Point's culture is kindness. We're the most diverse school in the district, and every child is seen and known and cared for by all of the staff and teachers and adults and all the other kids. And the parent community is very tight, really active, and very supportive. Strawberry Point has an excellent after-school program provided by Strawberry Rec from enrichment in sports, Spanish coding, and play club. And this partnership with Strawberry Rec makes it a really ideal for working parents, which helps with the commute. If that's
Thank you so much. Is Noelle Nichols with you?
You know, she went to swim practice, so you can skip her.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. We have Elena Nee.
Hi, my name's Elena Nee. I'm a Tam Valley resident and mother of 2 children. My eldest was placed at Strawberry Point, a school that I didn't even know was part of our district until I got the letter. So I was a little shocked and disappointed to receive that news. I'd lived in Tam Valley for 10 years. We walk, bike by the school, play at the school every day, and had always envisioned our children going there. For my son to have a sense of place and connection and continuity with the group of people that he's come to know at our neighborhood school, Kumara, is extremely important for me. And it's been such a wonderful base for his social and emotional development. And every child at that school, except for one other family, got placed at TAM for either TK or kindergarten who were moving on. So that was, hard for us to hear. But since we originally thought that we were kind of like an outlier and we were going to get off the wait list and it was going to be okay. Maybe we just have a year at Strawberry Point, as what we were counseled by administrators on the phone, that the wait list works and just, trust in it. Since then, we've come to see on the PTA roster that there are several other families. We're a large cohort and we're being disproportionately affected. And that the commute is a severe inconvenience to all of us. And I don't think in the best interest of our children to receive the education quality of being with their community. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Ben Schuler, Liz Couch, and Frank Ray de Perea.
Hi, good evening, Board of Trustees. My name is Liz Couch, and I'm here with my husband, Ben Schuler. We live in Tamalpais Valley, and our daughter, Adeline, was placed at Strawberry Point. I'm here to request that the Mill Valley Board of Trustees prioritize adding a kindergarten class to Tam Valley Elementary for the upcoming school year. We also request that the board hold a special meeting ASAP to discuss school placement and the actions needed to make it a more equitable process for all Mill Valley families. First, I want to thank Kathy at the Registrar's Office and Kate Sprague for helping us navigate the complexities of school placement. We appreciate Kate and others at the district who are actively working to analyze data to inform a better school placement process. This work is essential to ensure that future families in our community don't find themselves in the difficult position that we are in today. In our conversations with Kate, we learned a great deal about the placement process, including areas where we believe it disproportionately impacts families in certain neighborhoods, often those that are more affordable and geographically limited, like Tam Valley. Our neighborhood has fewer school options, making it more challenging for families to secure a spot at a nearby school, creating an undue burden on families in our area and other neighborhoods like Homestead Valley. Adeline attended Ed McGuire Elementary for transitional kindergarten, meaning if she goes to Strawberry Point, she will have to move schools for the third time in 3 years.
Hi, thank you guys for giving me the time to speak. As my wife introduced, my name is Ben Schuler. We have 2 children in the area and we live in the Tam Valley neighborhood, and I'm here to advocate for another kindergarten class to be added to the Tam Valley Elementary School. I will second what my wife said, that the district, and in particular Kate Sprague, spent a lot of time walking us through all of the details of the placement, and we very much appreciate the transparency and the discussion. Although, I think having, I shouldn't say although, we're excited that you guys have sort of a fresh view on this. I understand that you guys have been in the position for only a year or 2, and that's going to potentially lead to an opportunity to sort of adjust the placement process. What I often hear, especially in my work role, is that people just come and complain. So I'm here to kind of help give some suggestions that I think would be valuable for the district as a whole. Most imminent and probably something that will take more than 2 weeks to set up, but I was shocked to learn that there's no transportation for children in the district. This is something that would alleviate a lot of the issues of people having to drive across town with tight timelines. Additionally, this would dramatically decrease the ridiculous traffic that we have of every single person having an SUV and lining up outside the schools. I grew up in a community where I deeply remember all the relationships that I also built outside of the classroom in those buses. So please consider.
Thank you.
We remind people that if they had longer things prepared, they're welcome to email it so we can make sure we can capture everything.
Actually, okay, thank you very much for that reminder. Yes, if you haven't emailed it to us and you have it written down, please go ahead and do so as well as speak. Thank you.
I'll try to be as quick as I can here. Hi, my name is Frank Ray de Perea. I'm a Tam Valley Almani resident and a father of an incoming Mill Valley School District kindergarten student who is placed at Strawberry Point Elementary, a campus that is nearly 4 miles away and crosses very heavy traffic through the middle school and high school. Our preference was to be placed at Tam Valley Elementary, which is our closest neighborhood campus at roughly 1.5 miles away. Our second choice was the second closest campus, Park Elementary, at roughly 2 miles away. While I understand the constraints of the system to satisfy siblings, preferences, teachers, etc., there are many parents, at least 10 of us that we're aware of, who are stuck in a predicament in a system that has failed them, with no transparency in the selection process or how to fix the issue to get these students or parents into the preferences that they have. Based on prior precedents, we'd like for the district to consider opening a third classroom for first grade students next school year, August 2025, at Tam Valley Elementary. I am encouraging the board to add this agenda item to the next board meeting while we collectively work with the district to find a solution that helps solve this known issue that seems to happen annually. We appreciate the community. Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much. Next we have James Isle, Jessica Isle, and Michelle Patich. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these incorrectly. Oh, and Michelle's online. Thank you. Okay. Hi.
Yeah, my name is James Isles. I spoke here 2 months ago, June 12th, about the same thing I'm basically going to be talking about now, which is the placement process. I pointed out that it was entirely opaque, and I said we were told to trust the process, and I said, as someone that's in an engineering background, trust but verify. And I was right. I went out, we couldn't get any real data from you, so we started collecting it from the community, and now we know that some people have been put over others inside those lists. So my suspicion that when you have an opaque system, you can build rot. I worked for the federal government for a number of years. We went through ethics training every year. You couldn't so much as give someone a bottle of wine without them knowing. And that level of transparency is required. And when you block that, people can make decisions without other people knowing for favors or anything else. So trust but verify definitely is why I'm here, because I trusted you, and now that I verify that this is not the case, this needs to be adjusted. I know you follow policies on where you do placement, and you believe that, but if none of you are auditing that and you don't have any real data to back it up, I don't know how you can say that with a straight face. You say you have 90% placement. Where's the data behind that? It's not available to the public. How do you know it's 90%? Have you gone and looked at all the numbers? Have you talked to people that are being misplaced? Right now, the district obviously has some problems. MVMS is not going particularly well. There's a lot of bad press around it. Terra Marin, obviously a big problem. A lot of this is stemming from your decision to move this next year, and the IAR isn't even finished. You guys need a W. Move this class over, swap a TK, put a pin in MVMS for another year until you can figure out a better plan. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Isles. Thank you for letting me speak. First of all, our issue is not Strawberry Point, the school. I actually know Evelyn Nichols. I love Evelyn. I've been to her house. She lives 2 blocks from Strawberry. So we've been asking for help since May. We've been asking for information since May. We've been speaking to the registrar, the director of accountability since May. We've been working on solutions and drafting proposals since May. I sent you a proposal. I didn't get an answer back from you. I could have made this happen and come together. The idea that it's too late it's just not an option. You're giving us nothing for 6 years. This is 6 years out of our community, all because you weren't, I don't know, were you not getting the information that we're upset? Every time we get home too late to meet friends at our local playground, we'll remember this. You won't. Every time we're stuck in endless traffic, we'll remember. Board President, you were in the paper talking about the flooding of Richardson Bay, and that is our issue too. Our route there floods, so we have to pass all the other elementary schools to get to Strawberry Point. It's 5 miles away. It's every time our children don't get the little inside jokes and the secret rituals of the neighbor kids, we will remember. It's 6 years. I don't know why you think we're just going to move on, or who told you we're just going to start school and be fine. This is 6 years. Give us a plan, give us hope, give us anything. We can do kindergarten, but
Thank you very much.
You want us to do it for 6 years.
Thank you. And then online we have Michelle Patich.
Hi, yeah, you nailed it, by the way.
Oh,
That
thank
is how you say my name. Hi, my name's Michelle Patich. I have been a resident of Homestead Valley for the last 7 years, and I'm the mother of an incoming kindergartner. And you're right, your comments about community absolutely resonate. We have absolutely fallen in love with this community and have so many wonderful friends and memories here. My son will be going to Strawberry Point And we know and have heard amazing things about that school as well. It is the furthest school from our house. And so I'm speaking to ask for consideration to add a kindergarten to Tam Valley, which is the closest school to us. Going over there is hard for two working families. And we've been trying to figure out how to juggle, knowing that my husband and I will not be able to make those times, especially since there's no before care. So that really puts us in a bind. I've been dreaming of taking my son on our bike to school. He learned to ride a bike there. My husband has done all kinds of activities there with the kids, and that's where our community is. So thank you so much for your consideration, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. And so we have a few more. Aaron Pribble, also on Zoom, and Amanda, I think Frage on Zoom. And then we have, oh, okay. Why don't we do Amanda Frage since she's right here, and then the next will be Aaron Pribble online, I believe. Sorry, thank you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Amanda Frazier. I am the parent of an incoming kindergartner, Jack, and a 2.5-year-old daughter. I was born and raised here. I currently reside in the same home I was raised in by my mom. The system in which families are placed into schools should be reevaluated. And in the past, this may have worked, but too many families are now being forced to attend schools outside of their neighborhoods where they have chosen to build their lives. It causes stress and anxiety for families when school enrollment should cause comfort and stability. Why aren't we looking at the whole picture, guaranteeing families a spot at their neighborhood school first and leave the wait list for families who would prefer to go outside that boundary? The solution can't be to push those families out of their neighborhood school into another. I was given a lot of misinformation during my enrollment process. One was that all families, no matter which round you enrolled in, would be treated equally and fairly in the decision process, and it would not affect placement. This was not true. It was a really difficult introduction into the school system. However, I'm very thankful to Dr. Kaufman for being open and willing to discuss difficult subjects. I wish I had known to speak to her from the beginning, but I didn't understand the process until I started advocating for answers. I'm here to advocate for current and future families. I fully support going to neighborhood school placement. I also fully support the families in Tam Valley and the surrounding neighborhood wanting to add another class to Tam Valley Elementary. If the demand is there, then the school district should support these families in their request to be able to have the same access and convenience as the rest of their neighbors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aaron Pribble, are you online?
Yep, hi there.
Hi, go ahead, thank you.
Trustee.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're breaking up on our end.
Kaufman. Thanks. Hi there, trustees. Dr. Kaufman. My son was placed at
Aaron, we're the audio is a little.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
Is that any better?
Yes, it's much better.
Hi there. Is that any
Thank you.
better?
Go ahead. Can we restart the
better
clock
now?
on that? Okay, we're gonna
Thanks.
restart the clock for you.
I'm so sorry
Thank
about
you.
that. Thank you. I'm so sorry about that. Forgive my reception. Thank you, trustees. Dr. Kaufman, my son is slated to go to Strawberry, farthest from our house in Homestead. And I really appreciated the initial comments about community. Our entire graduating class from Kumara Preschool, save for one other family, is going to Tam Valley. It is our community. My son's best friend is going to Tam Valley. He learned to ride bikes there, throw batting practice there. It really is our community, our friends, and we feel like our new family is there. So I hope that you can appreciate just how tough this is. It ripped our hearts out, just to be honest, with former president of the Tamalpais Federation of Teachers. So I want to approach this with some humility. I'm used to be on the other side.
Oh, you're breaking up again.
With you all, but now as a parent, if the data supports it, if indeed there are numbers to support having another class at Tam Valley, either by transferring,
Yeah, the audio is really rough still.
either by transferring one of the two classes from Strawberry.
Aaron, could I interrupt you and encourage you to write to the board? Because I don't know if you can hear me, Aaron. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Aaron, if you're still there.
That is really possible. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to drop.
Okay, Aaron, I don't know if you can hear me, but we had a really hard time hearing you. And could you, if you have this written out, we would love to see this. If you could just write to the Board of Trustees at mvschools.org. Yes. If you could send that letter in, because we had a really hard time understanding over the audio today. Thank you. Next we have Christian Michael, David Bean, and Penna Omega, and I think David and Penna are online. So Christian, oh, okay, sorry, Christian, and then David.
Hi, my name is Christian Michael. We live in Strawberry, and I have a child at Strawberry Point who is a rising second grader and a soon-to-be TKer as well. After listening to the recording from the last school board meeting, I felt the need to address a comment made during the public comment section. While I empathize with the individual who spoke about the challenges of their placement at Strawberry Point Elementary and the commute from Tam Valley, I strongly disagree with the assertion that she made that all people that live in Strawberry want to go to Edna and that Strawberry families don't even want to go to Strawberry. That simply is not the case. My own family chose to move from Tam Valley to Strawberry specifically to be close to Strawberry Point. We value the school's excellent reputation, its dedicated teachers, the principal, Miss Russell, and its vibrant, perhaps sometimes too vibrant, parent community. In fact, out of curiosity this morning, I emailed a list of all the second graders and asked them, the second grade families, was Strawberry Point Elementary School your first choice? I quickly, within an hour, got 7 responses ranging from Strawberry Point was 100% our first choice. Absolutely, it was our first choice, and more came in after that, but you get the idea. The Strawberry families do want to go to Strawberry, and other Mill Valley families do as well. We have friends that want to. So it's crucial to recognize that many Strawberry Point families are happy with their school choice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. David Bean?
Hi, my name is David Bean. My family and I have lived in Mill Valley on the Tam side of town in El Monte after purchasing our home in 2020. I'm the proud husband and father of 3 beautiful children, all, when we moved here, all elementary school age. Like many families, we were drawn to Mill Valley because of the wonderful community and the stellar reputation for the school district, which we continue to grow more deeply in love with the longer we stay here and the more we engage with the community. Like every other family with elementary school age kids, we submitted our school preferences when seeking to enroll with 3 kids. Our kids were placed at Strawberry Point School, despite the fact that it was across town. I have to admit that we were initially disappointed with the fact that our kids were placed at Strawberry, which is the school, well, furthest from our home. We had concerns with the distance, but we moved forward understanding that we are one family in a large community, and the needs of our community sometimes mean that every family's needs cannot be met. We and our children were welcomed into the community with open arms. Our kids made wonderful friends, have amazing life-changing teachers and staff who've gone above and beyond to invest in their growth and support their education. Regarding the commute, because Strawberry Point has access to the 101, our commute has been, frankly, very manageable. It typically takes us about 10 minutes, half of that being getting down our hill to get to the valley. And on the worst days, which sometimes there are bad days, it's taken us up to about 15 to 16 minutes. For context, the commute to Tam Valley for us specifically would have taken 8 minutes. Wanted to use this platform to unequivocally voice my support for Strawberry Point School.
Thank you so much. And then online is Penna Omega online?
Yes. Yes.
Hi.
Hi, you guys. I am a parent of a Strawberry Point School student. I am also an alumni of Strawberry Point School myself. And I'm really saddened by the things that I've heard before of parents saying what they said about the school. My son specifically wants to stay at Strawberry Point School for the fact that I went there and that all of his friends go there, and many of them don't live in Strawberry, in this general Strawberry area. So I think I would hope that people would have an open mind and not have their children come into the school thinking that they're not going to enjoy it and that they're not going to make friends and that they're not going to be welcomed, because it's just absolutely not the case. We're a lovely school, and just like the other gentleman said, I came back from Los Angeles so that my son could go to my school. So that's all. Thank you guys for everything that you do.
Thank you. And then we have Charlotte Will. Is Charlotte Will on Zoom? Sorry, I didn't call that out earlier. Charlotte, if you're not ready, we can take one more.
Hello?
Oh, hi, thank you. Go ahead whenever you're ready. Charlotte, are you there? Charlotte, hi, are you there? Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi. Thank you so much. So my name is Charlotte Will. I have 2 children at Strawberry Point. One is starting 3rd grade, another is starting kinder. I was a board rep for Kiddo, and my husband serves on the Measure G Citizens Bond Oversight Committee. I'm here to voice my support for the incredibly nurturing environment and community at Strawberry Point. I am deeply disappointed to hear that parents with children assigned to Strawberry Point kindergarten, who presumably have not yet experienced the school and its community, are advocating for its closure and implicitly the displacement of all the extremely happy students there. Let me tell you what these incoming students would miss by not coming to Strawberry. My 3rd grader started in kindergarten and has truly flourished over the past 3 years. When asked what my son's favorite place in the world is, he says Strawberry Point School. Our 2-year-old even tells me go Strawberry Point. This is a place that kids want to be at, and what could matter more than that in the early years of their education? Every single teacher my son has had deeply understands who he is as a person. They celebrate his strengths, and they've been very supportive in developing his skills. The teachers are creative, caring, and kind. Principal Russell is a wonderful leader. She sets the culture at the school, and we all love it there. And she really makes an effort to get to know all the students and parents. The parent community is an incredible asset to the school as well. The PTA is deeply involved across the daily life of the school, from big events to all school read to simply walking to school, saying hi to each other and dropping off kids. Strawberry Point has far surpassed my expectations for what the elementary school experience would be.
Thank you so much. Sorry to cut you off, but thank you so much. And then last person to speak, we have Jamie Johnson.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Johnson. I am the mom of a soon-to-be 5th grader and 3rd grader at Strawberry Point School, and we live in Tam Valley. As our family gets ready to start our 6th year at our incredible school, it's really easy to sit back and realize how genuinely fortunate we are that chance placed us at the school across town, farthest from our house. We assumed when we moved to Mill Valley, really close to when kindergarten started, our kids would attend our neighborhood school, which is also the same school that my husband went to elementary school at 40-something years ago. We laugh now when we realize how happy we are that we were wrong. Our experience at Strawberry Point was what you dream your kid's kindergarten experience will be like. We watched our little boy enter a classroom in which everyone was a stranger, worried he would feel alone or overwhelmed. But again, we were wrong. He thrived, and a friend he made in those early weeks is still his best friend today. We'd been on the wait list for our neighborhood school, but we removed ourselves from it. We chose Strawberry Point. And in the many years since, we've been so incredibly fortunate to be blessed by that choice over and over again, and have had countless conversations with families who've become our community and our best friends, parents and caregivers at Strawberry Point who feel the same way. I'm fortunate enough to get to spend a lot of time at our school somewhat regularly. And when I see the way that our teachers, our staff, our administration, led by our wonderful, inspiring principal, Kimberly Russell, challenge our kids, encourage them, cheer them on, hold them accountable, and show such deep and genuine care for how they learn, thrive, and grow, it's no wonder that our school is magical.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for public comment. And we are going to pause regular board meeting. There's some bureaucratic needs we have about Dr. Kaufman, and I believe Trustee Cernsen-Chaj have a few words about it anyway. So what I'm going to do right now is, before we continue on with our CSEA update, we are going to pause this regular scheduled board meeting at 6:58, and I'm going to call to order a special board meeting right now at 6:58. which we're gonna have to do roll call again for.
Swear we don't make these rules.
No, we do not make these rules.
President
I'm here.
Nakajani. Trustee Abdulli.
Here.
Trustee Cernto-Todd.
Present.
Trustee Yu.
Present. Present,
Trustee
sorry,
Katz,
I have to
ma'am.
unmute.
She's still there.
I'm at a
Uh,
hotel lobby, so that's why.
Okay, thank you.
Muted myself, yeah.
Do we have any public comment on the, okay, I'm sorry. We need an approval of the
So
agenda.
moved.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
President
Yes.
Nakajani. Trustee Abdulli.
Aye.
Trustee Cernto-Todd.
Aye.
Trustee Yu.
Aye.
I'm Trustee Katz and I am an aye.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, do we have any public comment on the special board meeting? We do not. Okay.
This is our open comments allowed. That's on the agenda. Only.
Only, yes, sorry, only on this special meeting, which you will
Explain it really
discover.
I'm gonna do that.
You're gonna, she's
Mhm.
gonna explain
Okay,
why.
yeah,
we're
Erin
doing this
Conklin,
weird thing.
yeah.
This
So,
is like a county requirement.
Yes.
it's a,
I-
yes. Thank you. This is very unusual. I
Yes,
just wanted to say
it
that.
is
It's very,
very
very, very.
unusual.
unusual.
I'm in 28 years in
Yeah.
education.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
okay.
Be clear.
I feel like I should, well, thank you everyone for this special meeting tonight. We are having a special meeting because on June 6, 2024, the Marin County Civil Grand Jury published a report, To Learn or Not to Learn, Are Children with Learning Differences Set Up for Success? This report looked at all school districts in Marin County, not just Mill Valley School District. All districts in Marin are required to provide a response back to the grand jury by September 6, 2024. Our response must be approved by the school board. And in order to meet this deadline, we added this special meeting into our meeting tonight so that we could review the findings and hopefully approve our report so it can go back to the grand jury.
Because we were only notified the other
Correct.
day, which then makes it, we can't put on a regular agenda.
Correct.
We have to do a special agenda and now do this strange process.
Yes, so because this report, that was my next thing, but thank you. Because this report dealt with all of Marin County, the Marin County Office of Education has helped all the districts in Marin facilitate a response, and we did receive their response on Tuesday,
Maybe Wednesday.
maybe Wednesday. And
It was
so,
Tuesday.
yeah.
Last night we had Wednesday.
But the board meeting agenda had already posted, and so that is why we are in this situation tonight. So I will be brief. The recommendation sections in the report are made for all districts in Marin. The response to all of the findings section was written for all districts in Marin. It was written by the County Office of Education because it is a response to practices countywide. The recommendation section, there are 4 of them. That is the piece that is tailored specifically to each school district. And I can review those quickly for all of you. The first recommendation is that each school district should inform parents and guardians at least annually about special education services and resources available to students such as Matrix and the special education local plan area. This recommendation has already been met or implemented in that we are compliant with all of our responsibility regarding annual notification. You'll see that in the annual notification packet that goes home to parents. So we meet this obligation. Do we have an opportunity to do a better job of communicating services and supports that are available in our district to parents? Absolutely. Prior to this being published, we already had been in the process of writing a new special education handbook that we will be reviewing with our staff and parent groups. Takes a Village is going to review the handbook with us. And so once we have vetted that with all of our groups, we will have that available to all parents. We're in the process of a website transition, which will also give us an opportunity to update everything that is there. A lot of the information that is noticed in the findings is available on our website. It's a little hard to find, like that is fair. So we'll definitely be taking clarity into consideration when we move forward with both of those documents. Each school district should develop the second recommendation. Each school district should develop and implement targeted communication strategies tailored to all parents and guardians regarding their students' rights concerning learning differences. This is something that's already been implemented at our schools through student study team processes. We definitely
have met this requirement. It's already implemented. We are working on our overall MTSS structures and how we can provide more information to parents about their students' individual learning needs. The third recommendation I find a little bit funny, but each school district should use the Special Education Information System service tracking module to track every student's individualized education programs, allocated service hours, and the hours provided to each student. We're already doing that, but what I find interesting about this one is that's an attendance log. So they're not asking us to track what happened with the student, what service was provided, was it effective? They're asking us, did you provide the service? It's a state requirement now. You can use SACE, our student information system. You can use that to do it. Some districts are using SACE, some are not. We are. You could also use attendance logs. It's been a requirement to report that over the last 2 years. We've been over their threshold for provision is 95% or over. We've met that threshold each year that it's been required. It's not asking us, is what you're doing effective? It's just, is the student's seat there for the service? So I think there's a broader thing to look at when we're talking about, are we really being effective with kids other than just, are they there? The fourth recommendation is that the Marin County Office of Education should analyze each school district's individualized education programs, compliance data, and make results available to the public in its annual report. We work on our compliance and improvement monitoring. This is a recommendation that's not going to be implemented by the Marin County Office of Education. We work on compliance and improvement monitoring with the Marin SELPA and also directly with the California Department of Education. I believe personally that it would be a little bit of a conflict for the Marin County Office of Education to oversee our programs because they're also a service provider in Marin. They are an agency that provides program for kids. So they should have that same level of oversight that we have rather than providing oversight to specific districts.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from trustees?
I just do want to make a comment. I do want to thank you because I'm sure it came in yesterday. And so your ability to summarize that and put that all together, I know what that took. So thank you. And I do want to admonish the Marin County Office of Education because that report is dated June 6th and right. And,
correct.
you know, we want to honor and respect all the levels of oversight and the grand jury does provide that. And it is, I think, an important piece of community involvement. And I don't feel that it got the honor it deserved. And in our being able to hear your, feedback and also for us to be able to have conversation, we know the clock is ticking. So I'll do my part as a board trustee to share that at MCOE, but I also want to apologize that this came down the way it did because I think it doesn't serve the purpose. I do understand your point around the SACE. That's kind of interesting. It's not actually asking to track how we make a difference for kids, but whether there's an intent. So there could be some actual conversation around how do we get to that piece?
Right.
And I think you're right. I didn't think about that there's kind of a conflict of interest, but I do feel at the same time, because I know I personally as an educator have been involved in these kinds of, requirements, that they take a lot of time and they miss the mark because we don't get to do the work we want to do. So thank you for also sharing that dynamic. Anyway, to be continued.
No, thank you. Thank you. Trustee Cass, I thought you had nothing to say. Okay.
I know it's probably not exactly the right time, but I do want to thank you for running just an incredible program. I've learned so much from you. You lead with such empathy, and you also really take the time to get to know all of our students and their needs and provide services that are more than what's required, which is where, you get a request that like, just mark if somebody showed up or we provided something and you're like, no, we have to do more than that. So I appreciate that so much. I think we all value what you teach us and also what you're providing for our students. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I know, speaking of the specials, I think I had heard from TAM Union that they have a special board meeting tomorrow morning, and I'm guessing it's much about the same thing. So every school district, all 17 of us are now having
Are going to
to,
be in this position.
yeah, cram one in between yesterday and September 6th, I believe. With that, I think we need to call for a roll call vote to approve our response to the grand jury. So could I get a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
roll call vote.
President Nakatani.
Aye.
Trustee Abdoli.
Aye.
Trustee Sernsichaj.
Aye.
Trustee Yu
Aye.
and trustee Katz, and I am an aye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, I will adjourn this meeting at 7:08. Thank you. And I'm going to reopen at 7:08 our regular board meeting. So we're going to resume the original
reports.
Okay, now we're going to CSEA update. Yiming's here. Thank you very much.
Hi, it's working? Yeah. Pat is on vacation, so it's just me today. Generally, we're pretty busy for 3 departments, custodian and maintenance and tech. 3 departments really busy on the summer, like as usual every year. And then custodian clean the floor, really shiny, waxing floor and clean the carpet really clean. And then they clean the classroom right now. So, and maintenance doing the, general annual repair before prepare for school starts. And then tech department work on all the iPads, computers, Wi-Fi, any changes, we're busy on, prepare for school starts. So basically that's it, work very busy in summertime. So that's it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And then we have MBTA, Aaron and Julie.
Everybody. Yeah, long time no see. It's a pleasure to be here and it's really nice to see you all. And we're looking forward to another year of working with you all. We hope you've had some time to relax and make memories with your family and friends over the summer while school has been out of session.
We are pleased to be able to attend today's meeting. We noticed the PAC consent agenda, which has many important documents on it. As the consent agenda is not typically discussed by the board, but rather approved in one motion, we wanted to highlight a few items that stood out to us.
First, you'll notice 2 MOUs for the upcoming school year that will provide elementary classroom teachers with additional paid time to prepare for the school year. These agreements arose from 2 significant programmatic changes for the 24-25 school year, the K-5 adoption of the CK-LA-ELA curriculum and the expansion of our TK program.
We also want to thank Superintendent Kaufman for bringing the idea of these MOUs to us and for valuing the hard work that teachers do to prepare for each school year during the summer and outside of contracted work days. Teachers work throughout the summer as well as before and after the school day to bring robust teaching and learning opportunities to their students every school year.
You'll also see an MOU with my name on it, which is kind of weird, that will provide release time for me as MBTA co-president. This release time is made possible through a grant from CTA, and I'm very excited to be able to participate in this program this year. With the funds provided by CTA, I will be able to make regular site visits to meet with MBTA members across the district and learn more about all of their successes and challenges, as well as how MBTA leadership can work with them to find solutions for any problems that exist and to share celebrations for great things that are going on. Meeting with certificated staff and learning what they need in order to best serve their students is an essential step in ensuring that our schools are the best teaching and learning environments for our students and staff. I appreciate Superintendent Kaufman's support of this release time and the opportunity to dedicate more time supporting MBTA members and their students in the upcoming school year.
We also have some additional thoughts about the job description, salary schedules, and audit report on the consent agenda. For the sake of time tonight, we're just going to send those thoughts to you via email.
We know you've heard a lot already tonight, so we will email you. Thanks for having us and for your commitment to the Mill Valley School District, and we wish you a great start to the year.
Thank you so much. Yeah, exactly. Great start to all of our teachers. Next we have Superintendent's report, Dr. Kaufman.
Hi. Go back at the start, please. Okay, so I wanted to share where we are with some of our new hires and also our certificated members who went to permanent status, we will update the board on the permanent status of our classified at a future meeting. We're doing this by grade level, and I guess one of the amazing things about Mill Valley is the staff. And entering year 2, I just can't say enough how much I appreciate the work that everybody here does to serve our children. And I'm just super excited to welcome the large new TK team and the large kindergarten team that you see here. I've had the opportunity to meet some of these people. Actually, some were student teachers or long-term subs. So I had the opportunity to make sure that they were, welcomed and get to know them a little bit. Just super proud to have them. Next slide, please. 4th grade, we've got a small new team in 4th and 5th grade. And then we have a broad, big new team in special education. And just again, a testimony to our district. It is difficult to hire special education staff right now. And we are able to get some. It's lovely to be able to add. Also, instructional assistants and food services, custodial staff, and then new middle school staff, world languages and music. Again, these are hard positions to fill, and it's a testimony to us as a district that we're able to fill these positions, especially as they come during this summer. So I just am thrilled to welcome new staff. I can't wait to see people in person and start the year. Next slide, please. And again, more additional counseling support. And then we have folks who beginning their first day of work on August 18th are going to be permanent. And for us, this is a big deal. This is a very amazing district to work in, and we really do attract and retain the very best for our children. And I say with confidence that my children, my own personal children, could be in any classroom in this district and any program in this district and thrive. And so it's with a great amount of pride that I welcome these new team members. And then I'm going to hand it back over to President Nakatani. I'm going to go do what I think is probably a safety issue.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to reiterate, I think I could say on behalf of the board, and I don't know if any of our new teachers or new permanent teachers are listening, but we welcome everyone back. And we are going to continue on with our consent agenda. So we have any items that any board member wants to pull from the consent agenda? Okay, then given that, could I get a motion to pass the consent motion for the pass the
So
consent agenda?
moved.
Sorry.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
President Nakatani.
Aye.
Trustee Abdulli.
I approve with the usual abstentions of anything on my Form 700.
And Trustee Sernsichaj.
Aye.
Trustee Yu. Trustee, were you there?
Yes, I'm
Thank
here.
you.
Sorry.
And I'm Trustee Katz, and I'm an aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. Yeah, I'm going to call for a quick recess because Dr. Kaufman was going to introduce the next item, and that's really kind of our last item.
Okay.
5 minutes. Yeah, we're just going to call for a recess for 5 minutes. Yeah, it's 7:17. We'll resume at 7:22-ish. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry for that interruption. Oh, look at 7:22, 5 minutes, not bad. Okay. With that, Dr. Kaufman is going to present the next item, which is our CSBA Board Policy Quarterly Update. Thank you.
So every quarter, we get a new list of policies. And we are going to present them to the board with our recommended language as a first read. So you will see them again on consent. You certainly have the opportunity to give us any feedback. Staff have reflected on them and made whatever edits and adjustments we think it's appropriate for moving forward. So just informational item for you, no action required, and we will move forward with those on the consent at the next board meeting.
Thank you. So with that, I think we can, any other questions we can discuss? Yeah. With that, do we have any future board items from fellow trustees?
I feel like we have a lot coming on our agendas.
Right, our governance calendar is also posted, so the new governance calendar for 24-25 is on the agenda, linked.
I think for those who are still here and online, we have heard the enrollment policy plea, and I think some people spoke very cogently about the need to revisit it. I can tell you that I rode the bus, we did have transportation up until not that long ago. So
Started.
So I think that I don't want to speak for the board, but so I speak for myself, but I think we're very aware that is a priority. And I think Dr. Kaufman is aware of that as well. So looking forward to seeing that somewhere on an agenda.
Correct, because that was, in my opening statement, I said, we know this is an issue and we will take the time to.
And I'll add, we've talked about this
Right,
being an issue.
understand,
So
yeah.
this isn't the first
It's not
time,
the
and
first
we're
time.
aware and we're committed to.
It
trying-
was to be
trying
brought back
find
this
solutions.
fall.
Yeah.
So that was the direction of the board last spring, or, I don't know, March, it all blends together, was to bring it back this fall in preparation for the next, to get through the cycle and then to see what recommendations we will have. So we are in the process of engaging a demographer to look at various scenarios and help us look forward at optimally what might be a policy. And then I anticipate bringing some scenarios to the board, which the board could either direct me to engage a committee to work with on, or we could, again, do the geo mapping for enrollment. So it's definitely something that we want to do. I will probably be asking, if not in September, probably in October, that we approve a revision of the timeline for engagement. We generally start right after the first day we're back in January, and we conclude in February. At the end of February, I think we should begin looking at enrollment at least for kindergarten in November, so that during parent conferences, we can be asking families if they have incoming kinders and start that process. So it will be an ongoing conversation. And it really will be something that we do our very best to at least have an iteration that tries something differently.
I also don't want to evoke, I'm not saying I'm going to evoke our handbook or anything, but I did want to say I'm really looking forward to our self-reflection and board governance workshop, which we had to postpone. And I look forward to that because I think that, leadership happens at the top. And if we're showing that same kind of reflection and thought process, it just will trickle down into the classroom. So anyway, I know we're all busy and school is starting, but I know President Nakatani we'll put that on our agenda at some point soon.
Yeah, there will be. We had it scheduled. There wasn't enough of us able to be present, so it's better that we're all present.
Yes.
With that being said, I'm going to, thank you. I'm sorry, Trustee Yu, please.
Yeah, I just want to, I don't know if this is a good time to reiterate this, but I think all these classroom size decision, I just want to make sure everybody understands this discussion where the kids get allocated to a certain number of classes and everything else is not a decision that can be made in a vacuum. It's, you know, it's
Yeah.
part
You
of
know
the
what?
entire teachers, you know,
Sorry.
hello? Yeah.
Trustee, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. Trustee Abdoli, would you like to?
We can't, sorry, we can't discuss non-agendized items and this isn't
Yes.
on the agenda, but.
No, this is
I
an
think
agenda. This is an agenda item. So when we are discussing this allocation of kids, it needs to be done in a way that we have to discuss other items that are out in the open and make the decision, not just how to allocate the students, but make a bigger decision about what
There
we
are-
need to do about classroom
as-
sizes and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I mentioned in my statement tonight, like some decisions have layers and layers and layers
Yeah,
and layers of
exactly.
nuances. So I think that's what you're getting at is that, yes,
Mhm.
we understand it is a very, very complicated
Yeah,
process.
it shouldn't just be
Um,
one single
thank
agenda
you.
item on how to allocate. Yeah.
Thank you. With that, okay, so I think we're good and I'm going to call for, this meeting is adjourned at, I gotta put my glasses on to see the time. 7:28. Thank you very much.
Thank you.